This is our third day in Jordan, and today we're going on a trip to the Dead Sea. On the way there, we decided to make a few stops that are included in the Jordan Pass. The first place we stopped at was the lowest place on Earth museum. The museum is dedicated to the Dead Sea, which has an elevation of 428 meters below sea level. We spent some time exploring the museum and learning about the artifacts that were inside, but more for them in another video. After that, we headed off to the Karak Castle. It is a well-preserved Crusader fortress located in the city of Karak in Jordan. The castle was built by the Crusaders in the 12th century and was an important stronghold during the Crusader period. One of the most impressive features of Karak Castle are its underground tunnels, which extend for hundreds of meters beneath the castle. These tunnels were used to store supplies, as well as provide an escape route for the castle's defenders in case of an attack. Karak Castle is a prime example of a spur castle. A castle built on top of a mountain to take advantage of the natural topography, as it is built on the southern end of a plateau surrounded on three sides of steep hills. This had the advantage during a siege of concentrating an attack only on one side of the castle, so the defenders could locate most of their manpower there. The castle has a range of defensive features, including a series of towers, thick walls, and a narrow passage that would have made it difficult for attackers to breach. The castle itself is one of the three largest castles in the Middle East, the other two being in Syria. One of the most interesting features of Karak Castle is its connection to the legend of Saladin, the great Muslim leader who fought against the Crusaders. According to legend, Saladin once tried to capture the castle by poisoning the water supply. However, a Christian woman named Sibylla managed to warn the defenders, and the attack was thwarted. The Crusaders used a rough-shaped volcanic stone to build large walls around the perimeter of the castle. After Saladin captured Karak, the Muslims used limestone from nearby quarries to repair and expand the castle. Both the Muslim and the Christian stonework show signs of draft masonry, stone blocks which are smooth on the edges, but the center portion is left roughed and raised. During the Ottoman Empire, it played an important role due to its strategic location on the crossroads between the Arabian Peninsula, Egypt, and Great Syria. Then we headed off to the Dead Sea. Usually, most of the beaches are private and owned by hotels. You can pay a visitor's fee to go to some of the beaches, but there are also some free places where you can go. We found a place where there's a free parking next to the beach, 10 minutes away from the water. Please keep in mind that there are no lifeguards there. You are also able to buy mud to cover yourself with, if you wish to, which is said to improve various health conditions. There are shacks that are located at parking spots from where you can buy the mud, or drinks if you want to. The beaches there don't have sand, they are covered with rocks and salt pebbles. The salt pebbles are quite unique, as it is not something you can see anywhere, and they are silky smooth to the touch. It is amazing how salty the water is. The sensation of just floating and not being able to sink is not something to easily explain, it needs to be experienced. One of the downsides though is that if you have cuts or you have recently shaved, it will sting, due to how salty the water is. Also, make sure not to get water in your eyes, as it could be quite painful. We recommend that you bring plenty of water to help hydrate yourself. We saw some of the people there had brought several 10-liter bottles of water. When coming outside the water, your skin will be very oily, and when you dry up, you might have some salt on your skin. Sadly, the Dead Sea is shrinking due to water diversion and evaporation, which has caused environmental concerns in the region. It has been shrinking at an alarming pace, losing more than a meter of water each year. At the end of the day, we decided to sit down for some local food. It was surprisingly cheap, as the total was around 15 Jordanian dinars for everything you see on the pictures. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for our next video where we will be going to Wadi Rum. In the meantime, feel free to check out our video for Petra, one of the 7 wonders of the world.